This module is about the software program PowerPoint. I do not intend it as a tutorial per se, but rather as an overview of the program itself to help you prioritize your own studies of and practice with using it, and also to provide tips on best practice use. PowerPoint is a presentation software that is part of the Microsoft Office suite. It has three functions. First, as an editor that allows text to be inserted and formatted. Second, a method for inserting and manipulating graphic images. And third, a slideshow system to display the content. The PowerPoint interface looks like this. At the top are the tabs containing the broad menu categories. Just below these tabs are the ribbons that appear and contain the tools and functions specific to that tab. In the center is the slide pane. At the bottom there is a notes pane, and on the left side is the pane containing slide images. Now let's look at selected specific tabs with the ribbon contents of each. The first tab is Home. In this first tool group within Home is the clipboard that contains the important functions of cut, paste, and copy. The next tool group is Slides, including one of the most important, which is New Slide. Although I will talk about this in a few minutes, the most important new slide is Blank Slide, and none of the pre-formatted versions. The next group is Font, where you see the typeface, the size, and various modifiers of font. The next group is Paragraph, whose functions are fairly straightforward, as seen here, and appear similar in use to the appearance to word processing tools. An extremely important tool group within the Home tab is Drawing. Clicking this tab shows a sub-tab with many different tools and icons that are useful for drawing, ranging from lines, arrows, and callouts to circles, rectangles, and flowcharts. Another extremely important tool group within Home is Arrange. The left group within this tool contains functions to group objects as well as to order them. That is a tool useful for layering. The right lower subpane here contains tools for aligning right, left, center, top, middle, or bottom, as well as for distributing objects horizontally or vertically. The last group within Drawing that is extremely important includes the fill and outline properties involving not only color but also details such as line width and other characteristics. The next tab we look at is Animations, which when you hit this down arrow, the menu appears with animation options of Entrance, Emphasis, Exit, and Motion Paths. An important tool at the far end of this ribbon is Add Animation. This is needed when you use multiple animation commands for an object. If you are attempting to add a new animation without using this add function, your intended additional animation will simply override the existing one. I will note that there are additional options for animation within each of these four categories. Another tab that is important is Slideshow, in which the associated ribbon contains, among other tools, the option of activating your slideshow from the beginning of your slide set or from the current slide. The next tab and ribbon that I look at in detail is the View tab, shown here. The first presentation tool of which is Presentation Views. Here, when I use this function, I toggle between Normal, which displays the current slide, and Slide Sorter, which, depending upon the number of slides in your slide deck, shows all or a subset of the slides. This function can be used for seeing an entire slide deck as well as for ordering and structuring your slides. Another important tool is Show, which refers to what is shown on the slide pane and includes ruler, grid lines, and guides. The ruler is the white band shown at the top, the guides are the crosshairs in the middle, and the grid lines are distributed throughout. You should use all of these as best practice guidelines. You should also show a 16:9 aspect ratio for all your slides. The old aspect ratio was a standard 4:3 and used on old computer monitors. The more modern aspect ratio of 16:9 should be used throughout because it is the aspect ratio used for smartphones and for all widescreen viewing. For widescreen formatting, go to Design tab, then Slide Size to the far right, and within that you will see Standard or Widescreen, and click Widescreen. I again stress the use of blank slides to create your own slide for positioning and formatting your own content rather than pre-formatted options. When you add a new slide, do not insert out of these pre-formatted options, such as you see here. Instead, pick blank slide, and you'll have a clean canvas, so to speak, showing only the ruler guides and guidelines. I end this module by noting that what I have presented is only a brief overview of PowerPoint, including several of its main tools and functions. I encourage you to explore systematically all of the tabs, tools, and functions of this software package. Like the use of any tool, you will become increasingly fluent with use in practice. There are also any number of excellent free video and written tutorials on PowerPoint available on the web.